Welcome to this training and orientation video. This is another video in the series for the employee self-serve portal and its functionality. This video we're actually going to cover from the perspective of the supervisors or managers or even the payroll point of contact at the organization, as far as how do we approve the request for changes to personal information made by employees. So if you had an employee maybe recently got married and had a change of last name, maybe they moved recently and they need to update their address, or if they want to change their W-4 filing status information, they can do that through the employee self-serve portal. But as a manager or payroll point of contact, how do we approve those changes in the system to make sure everything is accurate? And so we're going to spend a couple minutes here and discuss how we do that and step through that process. So I'm going to go ahead and log into the system real quick. Let me get signed in here. And so when you get signed in, you're going to see your normal dashboard here, but you have a couple of other pieces of information that you can use in here as well. So what you'll see is down here underneath the messages section, you have two messages. One that says you have 5 time off requests that need your approval, and that's actually going to be covered in a different video about how do we approve time off requests. What we want to focus on is right down here, and this is that next message that says you have one personal information change that needs your approval. So that's a link. We're going to go ahead and click on that, and that's going to take us to this employee changes screen. And so what you'll see here on the left hand side right over here are the employees that have requested changes. And so for this demo purpose, we only have one employee who's requesting any kind of change, and that's Clay Davis. And you'll see this is kind of a summary of what he's requesting changes for. Now over here on the right hand side, it's going to give you all of the critical information that you need to know. It's going to tell you what fields he's that have changed, what the old value is, and what the new value is for this employee. So he's requested that we change his street address name right here, Street 1. His old value was Grass Drive, and he moved. Now he's at 546 Blue Avenue. On his phone number, we didn't actually have one in the system for him before, and he went ahead and entered in his phone number for us as well. He has changed his federal filing status from single to married, his federal dependents from 0 to 6, and his state marital status from married to single. And then his birth date was not in the system, and he went ahead and entered that in for us as well. And he decided that he didn't have any additional money come out of his paycheck for federal taxes, and he decided he wanted an additional $20 per pay period coming out. So at this point, what we need to do is, if we're okay with these changes that they're requesting, we can click on the accept here. Or if there's some issue with how they're with what information they put in the system, you can always just reject that and then discuss it with the employee as to what it is that they need to do and the reasons why it was rejected. But if it's okay, then we go ahead and just click on the accept right here. And now what that does is that puts that green check mark there. You can also just click in either one of those two spots and accept that information as well. And if you're comfortable with that, then all we need to do now is go ahead and click on the Save button right here. And it's saving those changes. Now, one of the suggestions we make for our clients is that when you have an employee who requests changes to their W-4 status, is that you leave that in kind of a pending status until you get a signed copy of the W-4 form, whether it's state or federal. For employees, when they request changes to that information, when they log in to do that and they make those changes, there actually are links to the federal W-4 form and the state W-4 form, so they can fill them out right then and there and print them out and bring them in to you. But we just kind of suggest that until you get that in the office, just kind of leave it in a pending status, and you can always come back in and approve it, and then it will automatically enter into the payroll software, and everything is taken care of from there. So that's the basics of how we get in here and approve changes to personal information that staff and employee have requested. Again, I hope you find this video helpful, and we look forward to seeing you in other videos. Thanks, and have a great day.